Good evening guys, and welcome to today's video. Right guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting decimals. So we're going to look at a couple of examples and just talk you through like what a decimal is and go through a few examples of how to add and subtract decimals. Right guys, if you're new, welcome. My name's Abdallah Wahishi and I'm a private maths tutor and a qualified maths teacher for secondary and primary maths. Okay, don't forget to smash that like button and the thumbs up, okay, and enable notifications guys, just to keep up to date actually with regular posts here, because I'm posting quite regularly at the moment. Right guys, okay, so we are looking at Key Stage 2, Key Stage 3 GCSE maths here, obviously for like foundation maths, okay, so grade 3-4 for the 1 to 9 curriculum. Hey, so we're looking at decimals. Right guys, so a little introduction. Okay, so a decimal just means a part of a number, so it's part of a whole number. So these are all decimals: 8.7, 0.2, 1.4, 123.879, a million point 24 is what I call decimal. Okay, so these are all decimals guys. Okay, right guys, when we so it must have a decimal point. Okay, so it's part of a whole number, because decimals can be expressed as fractions and percentages. Okay, so I've done a video on that a number of months back. Okay, right guys, okay, so we were looking at how to actually add and subtract decimal points. Right guys, so if you look here actually, okay, so before I move on to the 5 examples actually, if you look here, okay, I've got 0.35 plus 0.20. When adding or subtracting, we must line up the numbers in the correct place value. So place value just means where the where the numbers appear, within that number, if that makes sense. So what I mean is 0.35 actually, so that's 0 units, 3/10, and then it's 500ths, okay? And then obviously it's got 0 thousandths, and then obviously 0 10,000ths, and so on and so forth. So we have to line all the tenths up, all the hundredths up, all the units up, and then if we had tens, 100, and 1,000, then we'd line that up actually, okay? So place value is key. Okay, so this is 6.0, okay? Now we can express decimals, as like whole numbers or like that. So a key point here, guys, is that if it has a 0 after the decimal point actually, that means I can't, it's the same number, so just same decimal, okay? Okay, so what I mean there is 0.7 actually is the same as like 0.70, okay? And 6.0 is same as saying 6. Right, guys, we're going to look at 5 examples actually for the obviously purpose of today's lesson, okay? So 5 examples actually, so like it's 3 adding and then 2 subtracting. So example 1, guys, 0.37 plus 0.12 again. So what I'll do is I'll like line it up, okay? Sometimes it will not be in this form, okay? The exam question might say add together 0.25 actually and like 0.30. So you would put it under like a column method, to like work that out, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I do, guys, is I add my numbers together actually. So like looking up here actually, 5 plus 0 I get 5, 3 plus 2 is 5, put the point in there, 0 plus 0 is going to give me 0. Okay, and then similarly here, okay, example 1, 7 plus 2 is 9, 3 plus 1 is 4, 0 plus 0 is going to be 0. Okay, example 2, guys, right, 0.64 plus 0.2. Right, so on here, it will look, so I've got a gap here. So remember what I said here actually, if it has a gap here, I can just put a 0 there, imaginary 0. So 4 plus 0 would be 4, 6 plus 2 is 8, 0 plus 0 is going to be 0. So the answer is 0.84. Okay, right guys, example 3, 0.146 plus 1.07 plus 2.852, okay? Okay, adding, so putting it up in the right order. So 0 plus 0 plus 2 is going to give me 2. 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 5 is 18. 8 plus 4 is 12, 13. 2 plus 1 is 3, that's going to be 4. So the answer is 4.382. Okay, so that's my answer. Right, guys, last two examples, okay, so for subtracting, and then we're going to round off the lesson for today. So it's 1.14, yeah, minus 0.28. Right, when I subtract, guys, it's the same root of, okay, so I have to line it up, actually, yeah, line it up, actually. When I subtract, guys, okay, a little key point, actually, if the number at the top, yeah, is smaller than the number at the bottom, then I have to take off one of the next digit, if that makes sense. So it's something that you would have been taught at primary school, okay? So if I'm subtracting, I have to take one off, okay? So if it's smaller than that, I have to take one off. So here I've got 4 take away 8, actually, which I can't do, so I have to take off a 1 there. So that now becomes a 0. So it's 14 take away 8, which is 6. 10 take away 2, which is, well, yeah, it's a 0, actually, sorry. 0 take away 2 I can't do. So I take off 1 there, so it becomes a 10. 10 take away 2 is going to be 8. 0 take away 0, I'm going to get 0. So the answer is 0.86. Okay. And then lastly, 0.78 minus 0.19. Again, guys, okay, so 8 take away 9 I can't do. So it will take off 1 from the 7, so it's a 6. So it's 18 take away 9, which is 9. 6 take away 1, which is going to be 5. And then 0 take away 0 is going to be 0. So the answer is 0.59. Okay, so this is how I'll work that out, guys. So I hope that was actually clear, guys. Yeah, yeah, and I hope it made sense. So the key point to remember is to take off, yeah, if you're taking away actually, yeah, and the number is smaller at the top than the bottom, then you take off from the tens, if that makes sense. And then obviously if you're adding, if it's bigger than 10, then you carry the next unit across with it, if that makes sense. Okay? Right, guys. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I hope that, yeah, that made sense, and I hope it was clear. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye now.